Hello, beautiful souls. Today I am going to be talking about crystals. Crystals for working with Aquarian energy, working with the Age of Aquarius and the shift, the huge shift that we are moving through. So, are you interested in crystals? Do you already have some? Are you wanting to get some but don't really know where to start? I'm going to be talking about what crystals you can work with for the Age of Aquarius. Um, Crystals that help with expressing your innate soul energy, crystals that help with physical healing when it comes to any areas of the body that might feel hesitant, resistant, or maybe even blocked uh, to express this energy. So, taking a breath. And what can be really helpful sometimes is to take a few conscious connected breaths and feel into the felt sense of the body and ask yourself, where is it that I might want to work with? Is there any feelings of tightness, of tingling, of whatever it is? Is the throat getting phlegmy? Are you clearing your throat a lot? Is there tightness in the stomach? Is there hip pain? Is there tailbone pain? It blockages can really show up in so many different ways. Tingling for me is a sign of release. Everyone's different. So, yeah, tapping into what that is. The beautiful thing about crystals is that um when you get close to any one of them, say you have a bunch of crystals at a crystal shop, and you're like, where do I even start? Your body will naturally um, be attracted and drawn to certain stones. So when I was first picking out my stones, I was caught between two different ones, and the person that I asked to help me get the stone from behind the case said, well, which one called to you? Which one called to you first? And that was citrine. And citrine for me is so helpful in opening up areas of my body where I feel resistant, um, that help me with my confidence. So, with that being said, let's dive on in here. Um, Let's go. So, working with Aquarian energy. This is the energy of revolution, expression, rebellion. Um, yeah, unique energy, out of the box energy, the energy that there is no box and that it never existed. So, um, this is a very airy energy, so to ground it into the body is also super important. So I'll start with the air stones. Stones that are super helpful for me, being that I am an Aquarian sun, I have a chevron amethyst here, and it's a mix. So, rounded stones, not to say they're any less powerful, raw stones are super potent in energy, let's say, but it's really all about the intention that you put into it using the stone. So, amethyst is huge, big Aquarian energy. Amethyst is my birthstone, the birthstone of Aquarius. So, working with amethyst is huge. So, I'll show you the difference between a smooth stone and an uncut stone. I'll show you that was a smooth chevron amethyst. Here's another version of a smoothed out amethyst stone. Again, it's really all about the intention that you put into it. I got this with a smudge kit, my first smudge kit. Um, this is an uncut amethyst. So really just seeing the difference here. Rough edges. Let's see. For me, what calls out my Aquarian energy, um, being that I have an Aquarius sun and my Mercury is an Aquarius. So the way in which I communicate is very Aquarian. So this is meant to be here. So for me, what also calls out my Aquarian energy is angel light. My spirit guides connecting to the crown chakra. That's what I associate amethyst and angelite with. Again, this is a smoother stone. And really, whatever calls out to you that is spirit guide energy, source energy, um, yeah, your connection to source, the source within you and the source throughout. So, yeah, angelite, wonderful stone to work with. One of my really, really unique stones, because I mean, Aquarius energy is very unique, is my peacock ore. So peacock ore it can show up with many different colors, but just like a peacock and its feathers, it is very unique and shows its colors and is not afraid to show its colors. So working with stones that call out to you that are unique. It may not be peacock ore, it may be. And just really honoring what calls out to you. So this is an uncut peacock ore stone. The video doesn't even do it justice. It's got so many different wonderful magical colors, and when the sun hits it just right, you get like tones of pink and purple too. So it's so beautiful. So when it comes to expressing innate soul energy, I feel as if we're moving through a time in which a lot is being shed in regards to what doesn't serve the expression of your innate energy. For example, there may be other people's versions of what that may look like that may have been carried with you throughout your life up until this point. And you may already be moving through um, a series of lessons and events that are a continual shedding process. So, throughout this process, what's super helpful for me is to protect my energy. What are some stones that can help protect your energy as you move through this shedding process, this natural shedding process? Um, Labradorite is a wonderful stone to work with when it comes to not just protection, but intuitive energy, because as we move into the higher chakras, um, this is where a lot of air and Aquarian energy can lie. And so when working with this energy, yeah, it really helps to ground you in your intuitive intelligence and your intuitive nature. Intuitive intelligence isn't just in the mind, the body has intuitive intelligence. So listen to it when you have extreme shoulder pain or shortness of breath, working with stones that help you do that. So working with heart stones, pick up a stone and being like, where is this offering me um relaxation, peace, yeah, um, loosening up kind of feeling. I will be making a more in-depth dive, potentially doing an event for, yeah, just crystals 101, moving through all the chakras. But for now, we're going to focus on Aquarian crystals, as well as what crystals to work with to ground that energy into the body. So, another crystal that I like using is satin spar, and a lot of people mistake this for selenite. But selenite is a lot more clear, and satin spar has a tendency to get mixed up with its cousin. So, they're in the same realm of crystals, but this one is just beautiful. I associate this with my spirit guide energy and source energy. So I like tying this in when I work with my crystals. Really for any area of the body, I typically like to pull this out when I work with crown chakra energy, when I work with my top three chakras. So if you are not familiar with chakras, they're just energy centers of the body, um, that are here to help us with certain phases and energies that, when aligned, create words sometimes can't even describe it, that create our own unique soul expression, truly, that is in connection with source. So, yes, I would say some other really good protection crystals are that are super helpful in absorbing negative energies and really to help redirect your energy to where it is needed. Um, Black obsidian. It is wonderful. I carry this around with me quite a lot, especially as of late. So know that you are divinely protected even without this crystal. If you happen to leave it at home and you're like, oh no, um, call in the energy of the black obsidian crystal. You have the energy to draw it to you. And eventually there comes a time where there are some days you're like, I don't need it. Like I have this protection and connection within me anyway. These are just really awesome, helpful tools to ground this energy, and protect. Another really awesome protection stone is smoky quartz. So I really like to use this when I go to sleep. Protection the in the dream space, protection in the astral realms, is super helpful, especially when you start to work with this air energy. When working with the higher chakras, it really opens up consciousness and opens up a space where these energies can continue to live and thrive, in the dream space. So, protecting your energy there and knowing that you are divinely guided and connected. Um, I feel like Aquarian energy and air energy can be super intuitive. To be honest, though, earth signs, water signs, and fire signs also have their own version of what that intuitive intelligence is. So, when I think of intuition and connecting with it, I think of turquoise. Turquoise has called out to me and is definitely my connection to feminine energy and my divine feminine intuitive connection, my wild woman. Um, Such an awesome stone to work with. If you work with any deities or goddesses, there's a lot of energy with this specific crystal when it comes to Quetzalcoatl, Hathor, and so many other divine goddess energies. The white buffalo calf woman, all archetypes of that nature, I have found to be very inspiring and beautiful with this crystal. And it also helps with sleep. So put it next to you, put it under your bed, put it under your pillow, um, and know that this can really help calm the mind and spirit, and also protect you and bring forth intuitive connection and dreams as well. If you're working uh, through a meditation or a breathwork practice, or even yoga, set it near you. During the practice, what's so beautiful about crystals is I love to work with them during my yoga practices because harnessing the energy and coming into drawing the energy through my body as I move my energy and motion through the body with yoga, with intentionally practicing with crystals, it's a magical divine experience, especially, and not especially, I would say in any yoga practice, when moving through Kundalini yoga, using crystals is, there's no words. There's really no words. So, with all that being said, I want to thank you so much for being here and learning a little bit more about crystals. Oh, one last thing, actually. You want to ground this energy because this is a lot of air energy. Grounding this energy, tie your amethyst or tie your angelite or tie your satin spar or some sort of really super unique stone that is drawn to you, whatever air stones you're working with, tie it in with a grounding stone. One of my big grounding stones is red mahogany obsidian. Mahogany obsidian. So a little bit of mix of that protective energy. Obsidian absorbs all low vibrational energy and basically just recycles it. Um, Same thing with mahogany obsidian, and it has grounding properties. So this is really helpful to ground this air energy into the body. Also, if you don't have any crystals, go outside and pick up some stones from the earth because that will ground the energy. If you already have some air stones and you don't have a grounding stone, go pick up a stone outside, see what calls you, go on a walk and pick up a few stones, set it up in a sacred circle, like literally make it your own practice. It's such a beautiful connecting experience to find grounding stones of your own. And if you don't have air stones, I feel like what's super helpful is finding those grounding stones and then just calling in the energy of Aquarius, calling in the energy of amethyst, calling in if you're reading about stones and there's a stone that really calls out to you, call in the energy of that stone. That's the beauty of energy, that it can move through time and space um, in a way that physical matter sometimes cannot. So, with all that being said, thank you so much for being here today and learning about crystals that are full of Aquarian energy and how to ground it into the body. And yeah, looking forward to making a more in depth dive into all things crystals. Until next time, y'all.